who's busted. He was standing there. Unfortunately, he came in line of this when the hose swing. I asked him to sit down there. So he was sitting there. And he sat like this, exactly like this, like I'm sitting.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, with his pain. Yeah, with the pain. And he started like crying and all, yeah.
In this video, I'm going to be hosting the top engineer of the ship and ask him very important question as to why did he join the merchant navy, what is the future of automation on board ships, what is his salary, and what are some emergency situations he faced on board. Welcome second engineer Vinay Negi to our KSN show. And thank you for providing us this studio, which is technically your cabin. And those who are new on this channel don't know you, but those who know you, they know what all we do over here. So without further ado, let's start with your journey first. How has your experience been in this merchant navy field? Was it this you always wanted to do in life?
So far, I would say the journey has been very good. Yeah. But initially, this was not the thing that I was planning for since my school days. Yeah, I'm from Nainital.
Okay.
Yeah? And in the Nainital is a hilly state and all. Yeah, and in that place, people are more eager to go to the defense. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah.
So my father also has a defense background.
Okay.
Yeah. So looking to him, I also decided, okay, I have to go to the NDA. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So I started preparing for the NDA and all. After class 12th, I filled up NDA exams.
Yep.
Yeah, paper, and along with it, just as a backup,
Yep.
I filled up this other companies.
CDS and all of this. Oh,
No,
this
it
merchant
was-
navy
Yeah.
forms.
That time I filled up the NDA exam.
Okay.
Yeah. That was somewhere in April, I guess. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And along with it, for a backup, just in case I don't succeed, yeah, I don't need to waste my whole year.
Yeah.
Or till September. I filled up this for the merchant navies also.
Yeah.
So I filled up for the few institutes.
Yeah.
And
Okay, so like both of us are. For me, I'm an NDA failure, and I ended up here. And from your story, I see you wanted to join the defense, but I think you didn't join because of few reasons. You got placed.
no,
in...
I got actually I cleared my returns.
Mhm.
And that time I was quite active, yeah.
Okay. He's still very active, guys. Anyway, yes.
So I've cleared my returns for the NDA, and I got a call for the SSB in Mysore.
Okay.
That was for the Air Force. Yeah. So I went there, but at the same time I joined here also Merchant Navy just to means like
It's a backup.
if as a backup, yeah. If I doesn't clear the SSB, what then, yeah.
What then? Yeah.
So I went and I cleared the SSB and I had a joining letter, but due to some happenings, maybe it was not in the fate, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Same thing I think about my journey as well. Yes.
So I ended up here. Yeah. So initially I was feeling sad that I couldn't join the thing where what I was dreaming for.
Yeah.
But slowly I realized, yeah, this is a nice job.
It's a nice job, and like by the looks of it, you pretty much enjoy this. So can you elaborate more on like what are the pros of this profession, which you think is something which you look up to when you wake up every day on the ship?
Okay, first thing I like every day when I wake up, yeah, I feel like I'm proud to be an engineer. Yeah.
Why is that? Okay, let's go on that topic. Why is that you wanted to be an engineer and not a deck side navigator?
No, initially I had troubles. Yeah, I was a dual, so I served both on deck and engine.
Okay.
Yeah, so I looked into it and I looked into myself. Yeah, can I stay on the bridge? Can I drive a vessel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Though they also have a competitive job. Yeah. They have to think on the spot and all. But Looking into myself, I said no. Let's go for the engineering. Let's be a part of the solution. Yeah.
But why is it that you didn't? What did you see in the navigation department which you didn't like?
No, it wasn't like liking or disliking. Yeah.
Yeah.
I pretty much appreciate what you guys do on the deck. Yeah. It's not like
But you're laughing. No, just really.
No, I appreciate what you guys do on the deck. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's always have been my desire to be part of the solution, not just create problems.
I understand.
Yeah. So I
So-
wanted to be part of that, and that I looked into that. I saw that the engineers have been doing it, have been a part of it, and
Yeah.
that's why I liked it.
So, from the way you said it, I think engineering is a more of a creative kind of a field where you have to do problem solving every day, and navigation is more like a streamlined course and speed with, of course, challenges from the vessels and many other factors. But did I sum up right? Like this was one of the reasons which you.
No, it's more like on the deck side we go by the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, you cannot deviate.
Yeah.
You cannot go here and there, whatever you feel like. Yeah, because you have to stick to the rules there. Yeah?
So-
for the you have to stick to the rules. If there is a passage plan, there's a vessel coming. You have to turn to the starboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you like to break the rules.
I like breaking rules.
You like breaking rules. No,
it's
that's
not like that. It's not
No,
like
not
that.
like that,
You know?
yeah.
It's just that I felt engineering is a more challenging thing. The reason being, every day we face new problems, and it doesn't require that every day it has the same solution.
Yeah.
The solution may be different, so it requires your brains to keep on working.
Well, that's a good.
But
way.
that is mine.
That is
my
your-
views. Yeah, that is my views. Obviously, you will not.
No, I to a certain extent agree with the fact that engineering is more of a freedom-based job.
Yeah.
In the sense you have freedom to move. On the navigation, you are stuck for 8 hours in that bridge in a zone, and pretty much you cannot go anywhere.
No, and moreover, what I understand is, for me it is very difficult to stay idle for 8 hours. Yeah, you require talent.
You look at patience.
You require talent for that.
Talent.
Yeah.
I agree.
And
It is
I
challenging.
think you guys have a lot of
Yeah,
patience, and
patience.
a lot of which I lack.
I think you are right, and that's why I admire how you work, because you are on the move always. I have worked with him, so I know that this guy does not stop. You can ask many of his fellow engineers, and they will say the same thing. But that's pretty commendable.
I'm blushing now.
No, it's not like a compliment. It's like an observation, which is actually a compliment. So I admire that.
Thank you.
On that note, I would also like for you to touch up on the cons of being a marine engineer. What you think, not a marine engineer, but let's say cons of merchant navy.
Being for so much long in merchant navy, I have seen on the boat. It's not like the deck has a different problems and the engine department has a different problems. No, but the problems have been same. Yeah, it's usually the long distance. Like some of I sailed with some guys who are into the initial stages of relationships. Yeah, that broke up. Yeah, because of the long distances. Yeah, so that is one of the negative points. You have, if you are joining this profession, you should know how to deal with the long distance. It's not like a long distance will end up as a failure. They end up fruitful also. Yeah. I have a pretty fruitful life.
Yeah. So, what do you think is the biggest problem is the relationship part of staying apart from your family and loved ones? So, what you're saying?
Obviously, that is one part, and second part is now the world is changing so fast. Yeah, I was first time on board. I tell you, I first time came as a cadet, so I was there for 5 months, and after that, when I went home, I saw means like most of the part changes.
Yeah.
That time, I think it was the initial time when the Vodafone came into India.
Yeah.
Or it took over Hutch, I think, something.
Yeah,
like that.
Hutch. Yeah, the orange Hutch before. Yeah,
it was
and then
something
they
like
took
that.
over. Yeah.
And as soon as I came out of the airport, everywhere was Vodafone. Yeah.
Oh,
Posters,
that's
And I was like, did I come to India only or not?
That's a good point. Like it's like the lag and the delay
Yes.
of the world. You get behind the world by
Yeah.
6 months or 9 months, whichever.
And I'm not talking about the times now when we have internet on board.
Yeah.
And you can just on the click you can get to know what is going on. It was the time when there was no internet on board. And that time it was the same like this. But now it is obviously this situation doesn't apply here because now we are connected everywhere. We know what is going on. So that is there.
So two cons in your perspective, right? Anything else you want to add on? I mean,
cons. It's your view. How you look into. Sometimes people, because of this, failed relationships, they are not able to contact their homes and all. The guys really get depressed on board. I've seen some of my colleagues here on board. They usually used to get depressed because they are not able to call at home at the correct time. Like wishing someone on the birthday or for having some emergency at home. The people at home require their presence, but they are stuck on board. So that is also one of the cons. What I noticed.
Yes, but like how about like bad people on board and how they can make your life miserable? That is one thing. If you have encountered, have you?
What do you mean by bad people?
Like bad seniors, bullying, harassing, and all of that. Like, have you heard stories of your friends in other companies or something which you want to address to the?
Yes, I have friends in other companies. They have told me about these, like the bullying, harassment, and all going on in those companies. But what I understand is the solution to it is to stand up. You cannot just sit and just be a part of it. Be a part of it. You have to stand up. You have to say, no, I don't like this. And I think that will be the solution for that.
So, what advice you would give a struggling seafarer on board who is being harassed? What steps can he take as a senior management team on board? What would you advise them?
I would say if you are being harassed or you are getting bullied on board, so you have to speak up to the person, straightforward to the guy who is doing that, and you have to say, no, this is the end. It has to end now. It cannot continue like that. It is affecting you, your performance on board. And if that guy doesn't listen to you, then you have the option of going to the seniors, like your second engineers, if you're on the engineer side, or the chief engineer, or the chief officer, or the captain on the deck side. And definitely, if the matter comes to that level, it will be resolved. But the first thing, you have to take a step forward.
Great. And suppose the ship management is also not doing, then there are few procedures.
There are, different ways. If suppose say you are a prey to some guys on board, and nobody is taking action to it. As per the MLCs or as per the company's procedures, you have the option to contact the company directly, or you can report it to, as per the MLC procedures, you can report it to your.
You can report to DPA or the.
No, that is within the company. You can report it to the outside the company. Like if you are an Indian seafarer, you can report
Unions?
it to the DG Shipping directly.
And could you just tell the audience what is MLC, because people might not know MLC, like in brief.
You want me to tell in detail?
No, just tell what is MLC. Basically,
MLC is a Maritime Labour Convention. Came into 2014. Came into force. It defines our rights.
And
the seafarer rights. So it defines like how you should be treated on board, how you should
a basic living
it sets up the standards.
And it is very important that every ship complies with this MLC.
It has to,
And
yes.
otherwise, it is not seaworthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has to, yes.
Yeah. All right, Vinay. So that's the pros and cons section of this
Yeah.
particular show.
Okay.
Let's move on to something more like challenging. Like, what was the toughest situation you have faced on board as a junior and then as a senior? Some challenge which you still remember.
I still remember my first ship as a fourth engineer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that one I would say that is the toughest situation I was in. The reason being, I was the first time as a fourth engineer with added responsibility and all. And at cadet ship, you don't have any responsibility. And like, I was of the guy, okay, I will see it when I become an engineer. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So I learned stuffs during the cadet ships,
Yeah.
but since I had no responsibility that time, I didn't learn it good enough. So when first time I came as a fourth engineer, I was a little bit nervous. Obviously, it is added responsibility, and you are responsible for your stuffs now.
So mentally, what pressure were you facing? Was it every day you are trying to struggle? Are you struggling? Like, what was the mental pressure?
I tell you, the mental pressure started
Yeah.
the day I was told that you are as a fourth engineer joining this ship. Yeah, I was at home, and from that time the mental pressure started.
I think every seafarer can relate to that. The
Yeah,
day
yeah.
the email comes to join,
Yes.
and then you are going to end this life of being on land and start a new life on
Yes.
ship with a responsibility. So-
I don't know about everybody, but most of the guys, I guess.
Most of the guys, yeah.
Most of the guys, I guess. So from that time, that moment, when you read the mail, you're joining the ship, first time as a fourth engineer.
Yeah.
Then your heart starts beating. Boom, boom.
Okay, and as a senior engineer like you are now, a challenge which you faced, which you still remember till date.
As a senior, at present,
It could be like on the professional front or a personal front.
on a professional front, I would say, in one of my ship, it's like a normal multinational crew. Yeah. So we have, as a senior, what I have, my main job is to have a decent working environment on board. Yeah. But when we have multinational crews, everybody has a different way of speaking, different way of understanding things. Yeah. Like, I can joke with you, but I cannot joke in the same way with some other nationality. He may
Yeah.
feel offended.
Correct.
Yeah. So that was once which happened in one of my ship. The same thing. It was a small stuff, but it got bigger because of a little bit of misunderstanding among the different language speaking guys.
Language barriers.
Yeah. So language barrier has been there. Yes.
Yeah.
Language barriers. That was the one which I can feel
Yeah.
was a little bit because when I went to resolve, I went to resolve the issue. So what happened was, okay, when I asked one guy, okay, what you said, so he said, I said this,
Yeah.
but the other guy said, no, he did not say this. He meant
Continuous
saying something else. Yeah.
conflicts.
Yes. So that was the issue, which we had to calm it down somehow.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was one.
All right. That moves us to the next section, which is, have you faced emergencies, like something which has been stuck in your heart or your mind forever, and then you see it as a safety. Now you see it in a way like how to work safely, something which has been stuck with you throughout your life.
Emergencies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Emergencies, I faced a lot of emergencies, but the one I still remember was, I think it was the first medical emergency, which I faced during the start of my career in Merchant Navy. We were overhauling a piston, overhauling a unit. Yeah. So we had all these hydraulic pumps, hydraulic hoses set up. Yeah, the pressure we raised to 2200 bar. Everything was okay. Everything looked fine. Yeah, everything was going as per the plans. Yeah?
Yeah.
And then it has to go out of the plan somehow. Yeah, so the one of the hydraulic hose busted, and I had a repairman. This hydraulic hose burst at 2200 bar, and it is stuck him on the backside of the knee. This hose busted. He was standing there. Unfortunately, he came in line of this when the hose swing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came in line of it, and it stuck him on the back of his knee. So startingly, at first, what we did was we released all the pressures and all. I asked him, how are you feeling and all, yeah?
Yeah.
And he said, starting it was maybe after a few seconds, if it stuck him, I asked him, and he said he's feeling fine.
Okay.
Okay, he's feeling fine, yeah. But and after I think after 1 minute, I guess, after 1 minute, he started having pain without any swellings.
Okay.
Yeah, without any swelling on the back of the knee.
Yeah.
Yeah, without any swelling, he started having pain. Yeah, and I asked him to sit down there. So he was sitting there, and he sat like this, exactly like this, like I'm sitting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, with his pain. Yeah, with the pain, and he started like crying and all. Yeah, because the pain was so high. Yeah, he couldn't bear it, the pain. Yeah, and then it started swelling.
Mm-hmm.
It started swelling in such a way that he couldn't even straighten his leg up. Straighten his leg. So this guy was sitting there like this with a swollen
feet. Yeah.
Not feet, knee. Yeah, knee and crying. Yeah. So we had to abandon this operation of the piston for a while. Yeah, and we called all the medical officer on board. And then we took advice from the radio medical advice, everything we did. And they suggested to bring him to the hospital first and then give him the rest. Now the problem was how to take him to the hospital. We were in the engine room. Yeah. And to take it to the hospital, we have to take the stairs. There was no elevator in the engine room in that ship. So, and he couldn't even straighten his leg. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it was. So we were looking through ideas. Yeah, how to take him out of the engine room first, and then carry him to the hospital. So what we did, we thought about it. Everything we tried to help him out. We tried to lift him. He was a little bit heavy guy. We couldn't. Yeah, and as soon as we tried to move him a little bit, it started paining more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he was like, "Leave me here only. Yeah, I'll stay here. You guys go." Yeah, he was like that in that situation. Okay, so but we have to take care of him. Yeah, so the final solution, what we could think of at that moment was we used the cage.
Okay.
We used a cage.
Yeah.
We lowered it to the engine room. Yeah, and near this guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
From the monorail?
Through the monorail.
Through the monorail.
We used the monorail.
Yeah.
The cage was kept on the backyard.
Okay.
We lifted him up. We brought it down, and we somehow, with few guys, we tried to lift him up and put it inside the cage.
Okay.
Okay. So this part was obviously difficult because this guy, the swelling was increasing now.
Okay.
The swelling was really increasing and it was really bad. Yeah. So we thought of lifting him through the cage to the backyard, and from there, with somehow we will, because our hospital was on the upper deck in that ship, so we transfer it so that we can get him onto the hospital.
Yeah.
Somehow. Yeah. So he was in the cage. Yeah. I was a junior engineer at that time. Yeah. The second engineer told me, okay, Vinay, he cannot go on the cage alone. You have to accompany him.
Okay.
Yeah. this guy was. We usually become friends on board, yeah. Everybody. So I went with him. I sat with him. I was like pacifying somehow. Yeah. But I know I was just doing it because I know it won't relieve him of his pain. Yeah. But somehow, so I was sitting with him inside the cage, and we lifted him up to the backyard, and from there we lifted him up. And by that time we were giving him the radio medical advice. Said, okay, we have to give some morphine and all, some medicines and all. Yeah. So we were giving them, but that didn't help him actually. So we somehow got him to the hospital. And from there, we were in the port. So captain decided, okay, in this case, captain came down. He saw, okay, he said we have to take him to the doctor immediately. Yeah, this way he cannot go. So we called up the ambulances and all. So the ambulances came. Yeah, and this guy was lying on the hospital. So these guys came and they decided, okay, we will take him with the bed. Yeah.
Okay.
And put it in the cage.
Okay.
Yeah, and from the cage, because this guy couldn't even walk. Yeah, couldn't even straighten his leg. Yeah, very painful for him. Yeah. So these guys came. They brought a cage, loaded it on the backside of the first cargo hold, which is aft of the engine room.
Okay.
Yeah. We have to somehow now transfer him from here to there. Then we were a lot of guys there helping him. We got him, and I was asked, because seeing the situation, yeah, captain said that it's most unlikely that he will be coming back. I think he will be signing off. Mm-hmm. So he asked me to pack up his bags and all his stuff. So I went to his cabin. I gathered everything, packed up everything, and then I took it down. Yeah. By that time, these guys had taken him to the cage. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. And then we went. So this guy was like asking, Vinay, can you come with me, please? Yeah. Because
he needed something.
Yes, because he was in a he was in a different country. He was not in India. Yeah. He was not in India, and all these guys, nobody. He didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was asking, Vinay, can you come with me? And so I cannot go until I get a permission. Yeah. So I asked the captain. He said, okay. The agents then they decided. Okay. They said, okay, you can go to the hospital. Yeah, but you have to come back. Yeah. So I went with him in the cage into the ambulance. We went to the hospital, and the hospital they said that he needs to be rested for a while, and then they started operating. They did some X-rays and all. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I won't go into much detail of it. Yeah. Then I came back, but. Yeah, I came back and I was in contact with him somehow, and he went home. He got his surgery done and everything, and he's okay now. Because when I went home, I went to meet this guy. Okay. Yeah, very nice guy. Yeah. So I went to meet this guy, and he's now perfectly fine. He's back to work again with full energy.
That's good news.
Yeah.
So that teaches us. Like new seafarers who are relatively new, that not to take not to take safety for granted, because when this was lucky, he was near a port. I would say.
Yes, we were in port that time.
If we were on an ocean voyage like we are on right now from Suez to Rotterdam, which is taking 15 days, then we have to divert the route, and in the COVID times, it is a very tough task to do something like this, or even perhaps call a helicopter, and it costs a lot, but that's not the point. The helicopters are not even ready to come because of the weather we have at times. So safety first.
You are making your audience afraid.
Yeah.
It's not like that. Yeah.
No,
I mean, like that.
No.
Okay. Safety should be the priority. Yeah. You have to think before that, but at the same time, you don't need to be afraid of doing a job. Yeah. If you follow the procedures and all, everything, you take every right step. Yeah. why will any accident happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Once
like
in a blue moon, it may happen. It may have happened. Yeah. But no need to be afraid of.
Yeah. I mean, that's a very thin line when you say that, no need to be afraid of, because there has to be some fear, not of not doing the job, but of the repercussions.
No, because if what I have
Yeah.
noticed is if anybody is doing a job he's afraid of,
Yeah.
yeah, then accidents are prone to happen.
That's an interesting perspective. That also
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
If you are afraid of doing things, accidents are prone to happen. I have seen several instances. Yeah, be confident in your jobs. Yeah, you should know what you are doing, and you should do it properly. You have proper isolations. You have everything set up. Then it's most unlikely that the accidents will happen.
That's an interesting take. I will take from that, and I hope you all also gathered so much information from that particular session we had of the emergency you faced. So thank you for sharing that. So Vinay, let's move on to the professional part of this podcast.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, how much time did it take for you to become a second engineer from your cadetship, from the first day you were as a cadet?
I was a little bit lucky,
Yeah.
I would say. Yeah, but performance counts. Yeah, I wasn't lucky, so I got promoted very fast. 7 or 8 years.
From your cadetship.
Yeah,
That is pretty fast.
yeah.
And what is your age right now?
I'm
You feel 16. You can say
always
that.
16, yeah.
Yes. But
Yeah, but at present I'm 33.
okay. Okay.
But still it feels like 16.
That's nice. So 6 to 7 years, 7 to 8 years.
Yes.
Yeah. And what are your future scope of becoming a chief engineer? Are you waiting for something, or how is it?
Yes, I have cleared my exams. The writtens are cleared. Orals are remaining.
Okay.
So I guess
Soon
enough.
All right. Okay. So next comes on, like, as a second engineer, you have so much responsibility. You have to give jobs to the people. You yourself have jobs. You have to report to chief engineer. So how do you deal with such complex stresses? Because there's people stress, there's job stress. Any advice for stress management? Any particular tips you follow?
Stress management. I would say each one of us who all are the seafarers, yeah, they must have a hobby. Yeah, like I realized this. I used to get very stressed because of several issues, maybe sometimes related to work, sometimes related to personal issues. I used to get stressed. Then I learned, actually, one of my senior, he advised me, yeah, to have some hobby, yeah. And as you can see, I started this one, yeah. I have plants in my cabin.
Yeah. You see, one, two, many here, which
Yeah.
we'll show you later.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay.
So I developed this one. I started growing stuff, which could deviate my brains into some leisure.
That's nice.
stuff.
That is very good. Yeah.
So I guess it has helped me. If it has helped me, it may help other guys also.
And do you practice meditation, or do you exercise?
I tried to.
Okay.
I tried to do meditation,
Yeah.
several times. But I
Okay.
don't know, some problem with the meditation or some problem with me. I always go to sleep.
Which is good also, but no. I practice meditation, and I
Yeah.
can tell you it helps me. And
Yeah.
if you guys are watching, then you can definitely
Yeah, it helps.
you can definitely learn about it. There are many schools in India which
Yes,
teaches
it does.
all of that. So it's quite helpful on the ship.
Yes.
But yeah, that is a good hobby is very important. So for me, it's like this YouTube. So it keeps
Yes.
me really engaged.
Yes.
So
There needs to be something which could divert your brains,
yeah,
divert your mind to something more.
constructive or
comfortable stuff, yeah.
great. That's
Yeah.
nice. All right. So next question comes is how much sleep do you get on board? Rest or sleep, whatever you call it.
In normal days, our work starts at 8 and finishes at 5. So after that, we are on ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all on overtime then. Yeah. But that Yeah, guys, but you guys obviously have like 8 hours of watchkeeping itself, and then you have the some maintenance stuff. So let's count till 12. So on an average, a guy like you, yeah, can have a sleep of around like 12 hours. Yeah. 12 hours if you can. Yeah, if you can. Yeah. But that is your time, how you want to spend it. Yeah.
But as a second engineer, I know there are many things which are involved. Like junior engineers can call you anytime. So many things. So on an average, how much do you sleep in a day?
I usually sleep less. I usually sleep very, very less.
Very less.
Very, very less. Yeah. I don't get to that much. Yeah. So on an average, 5 hours. Yeah.
5 to 6.
Around 5 to 6 hours, I go to sleep every day.
That's it.
And that refreshes me full.
That is nice. What is the secret behind this 5 hours? Because I sleep 7, 8 still I can feel. Yeah.
I guess that comes
with age?
I'm not that old. I'm not that old.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think because starting, I tell you why it started happening. Yeah. Because when I joined, new to the shipping, yeah, like other seafarers, I spent time watching movies and all. Yeah. So I used to end up late movies and sometimes addictive series also. Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. So you don't sleep.
Real addiction.
Yeah, it's a real addiction. Yeah, these series.
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
So that it started with that. I started sleeping less, and now it has become a habit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's.
But people have suggested that I should sleep more.
But as long as you work fine and nice and active, that's it.
Yeah. The people have said like, okay, at present you are young. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we take your young. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
So they have said that okay, at this age you can go, but this way you cannot go for long. So you have to sleep well.
Yeah. Sleep is one of the most important components of life. That is true. Okay. So Vinay, what are your expectations from a cadet who is suppose watching this and is joining our ship? So what do you expect? Can you tell us in brief, and what all should he be prepared before joining?
Expectations from cadet, yeah? That depends. Yeah. From a first time cadet, I don't expect anything. Yeah, frankly speaking. Yeah. Because when I was first time cadet, I didn't know anything.
Yeah, that's correct.
Obviously, we learned in academy, and we had very good teachers. They taught us. Yeah. But at that time, there was too much of stuff to feed in here, which is very less.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. So I couldn't remember, and when I came first time on board, I was lost. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What is this? What is that? Yeah. I was completely lost, and like I said, I was a dual, so I had to take care of. I have to know for both deck and engine, and I was like, but slowly, you learn. Yeah, that's what the same thing I expect from the guys also. Yeah, whoever joins. Yeah. Nothing much, nothing special. Yeah.
All right.
Even if you come like with a blank mind, we will teach you on that.
All right. That's fair enough. That's a good advice. So, second engineer Vinay, let's move on to the last section of this podcast, which is a quick rapid fire. So you have to answer this in one word or one sentence, max.
Time to think.
And you have time to think 15 seconds. Okay, 15 seconds.
Okay.
All right. Let's start with your favorite port.
My favorite port, obviously, the sign of port.
Oh, nice answer. Your favorite ship you have sailed on in Maersk.
This ship.
This ship. Are you sure, or is it just because you are on it right now?
No. This ship.
Okay. Then one thing you hate about shipping.
I hate about shipping.
Yeah.
I don't hate about anything in the shipping actually.
Nothing?
Yeah.
Okay. One thing you love about shipping.
I love everything about shipping.
One thing, this has to be rapid fire. One word or one sentence. Any one thing particularly.
Engineers.
Engineering. All right. One particular goal in life which you wish to achieve.
I wish to see my cadets, yeah, whom I'm teaching, to become an eligible factual engineers.
All right, that's nice. That is your goal in life.
That is what I'm working on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm training them. I'm working on them
All right.
from all angles, whatever I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is really nice. Okay, tech versus engine. I think you already answered that.
No, I like you guys. I like you guys.
All right, all right. One awkward situation you have faced on board.
One awkward situation of food stuff.
Food stuff?
Yes.
Like
yeah. Okay, I tell you. Yeah, like I'm an Indian, yeah,
Yeah.
and I love delicious food.
Yep, yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
And in this shipping industry, you don't get sometimes you don't get the food which you wish for. Yeah, you have to live with that, and that was an awkward situation when I had to eat all the boiled stuff. Yeah, instead of all
Boiled
this
stuff.
spicy stuff. That was the awkward situation.
Yeah.
But that's not a one-word answer. Yeah.
That was one sentence answer, but I will take no problem. All right. Then one financial advice for seafarers.
Financial advice.
Yeah.
Guys, in the shipping, what I can see for till now is we don't have any pension plans and all. Maybe in some other companies, yeah, some
maybe.
other companies. So save, because there is a retirement age. You have to retire one day, so you have to save something, and so that you can use it after your retirement.
All right, makes sense. So savings, yeah.
Yes, obviously
How about
you have to save.
investing?
Now that is part of it, yeah. This whatever whatever we save, we can multiply it either by investments, investing in several other stuffs we have available.
Yeah.
I guess at present we have plenty stuffs in which we can invest.
All right. Okay. Then one tip to be a very good engineer.
Love your job.
That's a nice one. Then one good academy you can suggest to seafarers, aspiring seafarers.
That is a very tricky question. Yeah.
Yeah, one.
Okay. There are several academies.
Yeah.
Specifically in India.
Yes, in India.
Okay. There are several academies, but since I passed out from AMET, I would suggest AMET.
In the current situation, also AMET is doing good.
AMET for me.
AMET for you.
Yes.
Tolani for me, guys. Yes. All right. Then let's move on to the next best shipping company except Maersk. Which you can think of going if you're not in Maersk.
I don't think of going anywhere.
Okay, suppose you're not going, but if any guy doesn't get into Maersk, then which one would you suggest?
Guys, at present, okay, this I would go into a little bit detail.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a rapid fire.
Yeah.
There are various companies coming all over the world. Yeah, and they are giving like lollipop benefits. Yeah, join this and that. Don't fall prey to those advertisements. Yeah, you have to think about it, which company you have to join. You have to see the background of the company, then only go for it. There are different companies. My friends sailed in those companies where they have a problem with sign on, sign off. Years, they have spent years before sign off.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so you have to think about it. In India, I can say there is this DG shipping. It tells you, okay, there is what all eligible institutes are there, what all approved
licenses.
Yes, RPSL licenses, and every company, if they have an office in India, they have to have an RPSL number, which will be mentioned in the DG shipping website.
On that note, I will put a link over here. You can check that video out. I made of the entire process of finding a RPSL number and what all documents and medical requirements are there. So you can tap that and watch this video after watching that video. Alright. Last but not the least, what do you think the future of Merchant Navy holds with the current automation happening in the world at such a rapid pace?
You know, at present, several projects are being worked into by different companies for the fully automated ships, yeah, without anyone on board. And at the time of we are speaking, yeah, there are ships which are doing coastals with no person on board. But these are just the pilot projects at the moment. If they succeed, then they will try to adopt it on the full scale. Yeah. So, but for now, it looks like we have a decent future. We are not going out of job for now.
Yeah. For now.
And, yeah. But it will be for a long time. Yeah, it will be like this for a long time because they have to get approvals. They have to test it, and testing itself takes a lot of time. It's not like a one-night job,
another
one-day job.
Roughly, let's say 30-40 years, nothing's going to
Nothing gonna happen.
Nothing major is going to
Nothing major gonna happen. There will be few changes because of the few regulations we are regulation changes, but no major change with regarding the employments.
All right.
And as you see now at this stage, there are advertisements all over
for seafarers.
Hiring the seafarers. Yeah, if fully automated ships would have been successful, then I think the advertisements would have been low.
Right. All right, that makes sense. And before going, can you just give us a detailed structure of what is the second engineer's salary on dry fleets and tanker fleets? Yeah, that's like burning question.
Okay. Second engineer, that depends upon the type of the contract you are in. Yeah. If you are on a voyage contract or a permanent contract, it differs. The mainly thing is that in a permanent voyage, a permanent contract, you get to pay. Means they pay you throughout the year, even when you are at home. But on a voyage contract, it's not like that. You are getting paid only for the time you have been on board. So that makes a difference. That depends upon like if we need the salary in one go, if we need to invest it the whole amount, then it is a good voyage contract. But for the permanent contract is good, like sitting at home, you are getting your salary at the end of the month.
Yep.
So both have pros and cons. Yeah.
All right. And how much is it? you talked about it. How much is it? Yes.
Yeah. For me, like I'm getting around like around 5,000 a month
Throughout the year.
Throughout the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for the voyage contracts, I think like the guy I relieved, he is getting much more than me, but he's getting only for the year. But
for
basically throughout the year, it sums up the same thing. It comes up to the same amount.
And for tankers, any information on that?
Tankers, that depends on, like at present we are on a container. Containers and bulk carriers have a low pay scale.
Yeah.
But if you go to the tankers, LNGs and all, they have a higher pay grade. Like for a guy of my rank,
yeah,
will be getting much more, like around like 1.5 times more than me.
1.5 times. So there is a difference which is huge. So you guys can decide which fleet you want to join. And on that note, Vinay, thank you so much for being on the show. Any advice, last message you want to give the aspiring students? Anything you want to say before we stop the show?
Aspiring students, yeah. Don't feel afraid of shipping. Shipping is a very nice thing. We are all enjoying. You must have seen his videos. Yeah. You get to see the whole new world outside India.
Yeah, we get to see the world, oceans, and of course shore leave. This is the true fact that
due to the COVID, we are not getting shore leave at the moment. But when it's normal times, we do get out.
Yeah.
We enjoy. We get to see new places. We get to see new cultures
and meet new people.
Yeah, and it is very fantastic.
All right. Well, that sums up our show. Hope you enjoyed.
I enjoyed.
Yeah, and you guys, I hope you all gained some knowledge from Vinay. He's a very, very good engineer. One of the rare people I have met who really like rare species on board who really love the profession. So yeah, do give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel and do let us know in the comment section which was your favorite part and if you want me to continue these podcasts. Till then, signing off, KSN and Second Engineer.